Thank you for staying with us. Let's begin in Imo State, where the political maxim, no permanent friend nor enemies, is unfolding. The former governor of the state, Senator Rochas Okorocha, has endorsed Governor Hope Uzodimma for his second term in office ahead of the November 11 governorship election in the southeast states. Senator Okorocha's endorsement came after a meeting with Vice President Kashim Shettima and the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje. Julie, did you see this coming?
No, certainly not. You know, in politics, there are always surprises, and you should always be on the lookout for surprises. But I didn't know that a day like this will come when Okorocha and
Hope Uzodimma
will come together again. But party leaders are very powerful. They are very influential, and since Okorocha decided to remain in the party, to a very large extent, is subject to the direction of party leaders. So it was the wish of the party leaders to have everyone singing from the same hymn book ahead of the November election. And Okorocha, being a former governor and an influential politician in the state, was someone that they felt they needed to reach out to. Hope could not have done it alone because the governor would the former governor would most likely have ignored him. But higher forces, Vice President Kashim Shettima, President Tinubu, National Chairman Abdullahi Ganduje stepped in and brought the two gladiators together. And significantly too, Okorocha's in-law, Uche Nwosu Ogumba, has also endorsed Hope Uzodimma for the second term. Certainly the election in Imo will be very keen because the Labour Party is strong in the state. The PDP is not resting on its laurels, so APC leaders need all the arsenal that they can summon to win the election. And you can see that this move is meant to show that, look, we are not taking chances. We are trying to plug all loopholes to ensure that we retain the state. I hope that this endorsement is real and will endure until at least the time of the election.
Wale, when you look at the results for the 2023 election, do we know that, look, Hope Uzodimma, if he doesn't get everybody behind him, he might be swimming against the tide. The tide in the southeast now is basically anti-APC. But he was able to get one or two things during the election. But then, that is not an APC state. That's why the fact that Okorocha ruled that place under APC for 8 years. But you can't say, look, that everything favors APC. President Tinubu had in all the region in the southeast 1.5% of the votes. So this move is kind of strategic.
I think, first of all, what happened is a strong indication that no matter how deep a particular problem is within the party, it can still be resolved. There is no conflict in any political party that if you have responsive leadership that they cannot resolve. One thing that we can see is that the party chairman is not an extremist. He didn't take a no going back position to say, look, Okorocha, we don't want to again or something like that. So I think it shows that it's a lesson that if there is crisis within a party, the leadership should show interest. It should not just be left for the local politicians alone. I think the Imo State government has an advantage. It's an off-season election. So the mood that we saw in March 2003 may not necessarily be the same. Because at that time it was like Labour Party, and all that, but you may not see the same tempo this time around, in Imo State. More importantly, Okorocha, which is one of the major dissidents, let me use that one, has now reconciled with Hope Uzodimma. And if you also look at the House of Assembly, I think the APC still has sizable portion, or I think about 25 out of 27, in the House of Assembly. Yes. So I believe the election is going to be tough, but I think the APC is going to the election more prepared, more formidable than it used to be. And I think it will be going to that election from a position of strength. So it really is going to be a very tough battle, but I think it's going to be less difficult compared with when, Uzodimma and Okorocha were working, across each other.
Looking at the man of Uzodimma, Jide, it seems to be a tough character, somebody that does not give up easily in terms of performance, in terms of what he has been doing. He has been consistent, and even at the national politics for the APC, he has proved himself to be somebody that is a very valuable player.
Yes, he has shown that he is not a pushover. There is an extent to which I can assess his value, but he has shown that he is not a pushover and is active in the politics of the APC at the national level. No doubt about that. He finds he enjoyed a good working relationship with the president. I think the president visited him within a short time. He visited the state more than he visited some of his neighbors, some of his colleagues. So he has found a way to play the politics, the national politics, the right way. And within the state too, which is no nonsense in nature, is strong in the area of security, because it's not easy to rule that state. We see what he has invested.
You have cultists,
in weapons, in equipment for the armed forces. He has done really very well. This is all I can say. I hope that he will give supporters every reason to be able to trust him, because some of them complain that he doesn't honor his obligation. Maybe he has changed, or maybe they are lying against him. Where I am, I cannot say they are lying against him. I cannot say that if it is true that he has changed, but he has to watch his back, and when he promises people that this is what they are going to do in return for giving him support, he should be able to honor his obligation. That's how you know a good politician.
All right. According to an African proverb,